So our next topic is basics of factorization. What are we thinking when we are doing factorization? What skills do we need before we attempt factorization? So let's dive into it. So before you attempt factorization, as I mentioned earlier, there are few things you must master. The first thing is how to find highest common factor or the greatest common factor. So this you should master before attempting factorization. How to find GCF. If you don't know how to find GCF of two numbers or more numbers, whether the numbers are small or big, then you should not attempt factorization, because this is the essential requirement for doing factorization. The second important thing is how to deal with the exponents. How to handle exponents. Exponents are very important in algebra, and if you are not familiar, if you are not very comfortable with the exponents, then you should first watch that lecture. There are actually a couple of lectures about exponents, and then you can come back and watch this lecture. And the third thing is how to take common. This looks very easy, but there are few things. For example, the most important thing is how to handle signs. If you are not very comfortable with signs, then you should watch the video multiplication or division of signed numbers. And many other places I have discussed this thing. For example, if there are two numbers, -5 plus 25. So what is common? Obviously 5. So there are two ways to take 5 common. One is you can take +5 common, and what will be inside? Inside it will be -1 plus 5. The second way of taking common is you take -5 common. What will be inside? Because you have taken minus sign common, so all the signs inside the bracket will change. So then 1 and -5 will be inside the bracket. So this is what I mean by signs, because this is what we will be doing in factorization. And the fourth thing is one of the basic thing, which is that you should be master of handling fractions before you do factorization. Because many times what happens when we take something common, there is a fraction inside the bracket, and you should be familiar with taking commons when fractions are involved. These are the few things. If you have already done this thing and you have done the quizzes and practice questions, then you can watch this video. Otherwise, it would be better for you to first watch these videos on these topics and then you come back and do the factorization. Okay, so now what is factorization? Okay, now what is factorization? Factorization is putting some algebraic expression into a product form, from addition form or subtraction form to a product form. Factorization is opposite of opening brackets. So if you have a bracket like 5x minus 2, so the way we open this bracket is we multiplied 5 with x and then we multiplied 5 with -2 using the distributive property of numbers, and we get 5x minus 10. So now what if we were given this term and we had to bring this into this form? So this will be factorization. Now this is an algebraic expression which is in additive form. Additive form means the terms are being added or subtracted, and we have to bring this added or addition form into a product form. Here two terms are being multiplied. So this process is called factorization. So there could be two terms, a very simple case. This is the simplest case of factorization with only two terms, then three terms, and then four terms. So depending on the situation, sometimes four terms is an easier case to handle than the three terms, because in three terms we have to modify the terms, while in four terms sometimes we can straight away take commons. So the easiest case would be when there are only two terms, and in most cases then the four term case will be the easier one, and then the three terms. So these are the number of terms. There could be many number of terms, but first three situations are these three. So this is the increasing level of difficulty.